Yeah.
I mean,
I
you're
mean,
lucky, you're blessed if someone takes you back. Definitely that's a lot of love there,
hmm
but then you have to may deal with your toxic fallout. Toxic fallout is when you go back into a situation that you caused harm, and now that person has built-in triggers around what you did before. So you have to be extra in this way, extra in that way. So I left you before, and I left you before when I was having issues. So now every time I'm sad, you okay, babe? You okay, babe? You need anything, babe? You need anything, babe? You got anything? You got anything? Why are you on the phone? Who you talking to? What's
yeah.
going on? Like built-in triggers. And do you want to live with that pressure or unpack that trauma and help her heal? And you know,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
healed, but now she has to heal him
If she can.
if she can. Yeah, he may just be distrusting forever and ever and ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that. Hey, how y'all doing, man? Welcome to Noble Nasheed. I'm your host, Nasheed JaXson, and we have a co-host.
Noble Solace. Hello, hello.
Thank y'all for rocking with us, man. So today we're going to answer some questions, some comments. Actually, we're going to read some comments. How about that? We just read some comments. We're going to answer some, and then we're going to also read some, just to show our appreciation. So Jimmy Jackson says key facts. Appreciate the the comment, man. Thank you for that. Um, Alan Nook says y'all need to make a part two to this. Very great topic to discuss with the both of you again. Okay, well, we did a part two, part three. That's what's up. So I hope Alan Nooks enjoyed those. We got a lot more to come too, right?
We do, we do.
Because we're in the honeymoon stage, or we just got past the honeymoon stage, and I think we can do a lot inside of the marriage before we get to the healing of divorce. We don't want to get to that. We don't want to do that yet.
There's definitely a lot more to cover. I mean, it just depends on what the comments, how they lead us to discuss the topics that are, I guess, on people's minds. What's coming to the forefront of issues. I think we can highlight those as we go on, and maybe when they start to die down, then we know it's kind of the next step. Or if they don't, we can kind of keep each topic open and just address each realm accordingly. But it seems like there's a lot of question and gray area in all of the areas of getting to know someone. The beginning,
Yeah, yeah,
courting
that's true.
phases, the filtering, and then the marriage, how to make a marriage work, and if it doesn't work, how to heal properly. So I
Right.
think
Well,
just kind of leaving the floor open and being able to address these comments as they come in, well, with real life scenarios will kind of provide us the path that we need. And of course, we're being fluid with the content
a
here,
lot of stuff. Yeah,
allowing people to ask questions, and so we'll go down that path. I think that's the best course because you never know what may come up, and
that's
you
true.
you, you never know what questions people may be asking in groups. So I'm
That's true.
always, I always want to be
Open.
available
Got
to
you.
tackle whatever questions are there.
Yeah, because I would really like to get more into the wedding. I mean, yeah, get more into the marriage because there's a lot of things to probably fix before you get to the point where you say, okay, that's it. I can't take no more. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's a question though. That's a question I have for you. In a marriage, does it always have to be, I hate you, I don't like you, so we got to break up with each other? Or could it just be, is there ever a peaceful, you know what, this ain't working no more? You talk to each other about it and you you just agree. Or one party just agrees, no, this ain't working for me. And the other party understands. Is that asking too much? Is that a fairy tale? Or do you believe that something like that could happen?
I believe that something like that can happen. I think it's just according to your communication style. If you
Mhm.
started out the relationship with a rocky communication style, usually it's going to end either lopsided or in an aggressive way because it was built on dysfunction, whether it was misinformation, whether it was misunderstanding, whether it was miscommunication. it was just missing, missing
Something was missing, right?
components here and there. And so the end, of course, when it comes to conflict resolution, or when it comes to even the path of splitting up, it's going to have mistakes, there. You're going to, there's going to be anger, there's going to be frustration, probably on whoever feels deceived or betrayed, or
Right, right,
whoever's expectations didn't get met, or you know so I think the end is definitely based upon the beginning. And that's why, and that it may sound funny that there's an end to a good beginning, but there are ends to good beginnings. There are people that meet, they're really compatible,
mhm,
they fall into a marriage, they start living together and traveling together, and they realize that, you know what, you're a good friend, but I don't think this is the right path for me, or we don't have the same ambitions, or our mentalities, we don't click here. And not saying that that's a reason for divorce, but I know that some people, and I always think to myself, when we mention divorce, we don't want to become too fluid with the reasons allowed. We don't want to just say, because you don't like something, divorce, or because, it's a
right,
simple.
right.
We don't want to say that. We just want to
No,
say that when things become unbearable, or when your man becomes affected by the relationship,
hmm,
meaning you're depressed, or you're thinking about stepping outside, or you're not happy, or
hmm,
you know you reach an impasse to where you just can't get past it. That's when you have the discussion. So not saying that, just because someone doesn't meet all your expectations, you should divorce them, because I don't believe that. Because I believe that marriage is something that you kind of build together, so you will have changes, and expectations will be, can be met and adjusted and compromised too. But yeah, all in all, to say, at the very beginning of the relationship, as long as the communication skills are there, you usually can navigate through the good and the bad, even the ending, if there ever has to be an ending.
right, right, right. That's what I'm saying. I just really want to try to avoid it, but we're gonna have to talk about it because it's real. You know, for a lot of people, it's real. All right. Greg, Greg's attention span says, thank you. You're welcome, Greg. You're welcome. Thank you for watching, man. And I believe this one is a question. It's kind of complex. 1-2 asked, should a husband recounsel with a wife who separated from the husband and had full relationship with another man, where both the other man and the wife have been hurt? And as the sister stated, as talking about you, they healed each other and grew from that relationship. The wife who cheated now wants to recounsel with her husband and is no longer with the other man who helped heal her trauma, and who should and she helped heal his trauma and grew. Should the husband made the decision to never cheat, since he was still married, should the husband recounsel with the wife as she moved ahead with divorcing her, or should he move ahead with divorcing her? That's what 1-2 asked.
Or should he move ahead with divorcing her? Okay, that calls out specific instances of they were married the entire time she had the affair.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how? I need more information, I guess, because
Right.
how did how did she go with another dude and they healed together? Like,
And
like
there,
she,
and then he was still married to her. Like, what does that look? How did that dynamic?
yeah.
So
Okay. Well.
Islamically, that's hard to address, but I'll try to do my best from a higher
Okay.
level position, not
Okay.
higher level, but a overarching.
Yeah. 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 We got to answer it
Yes.
from what we
Right.
understand of it. Yeah.
So I guess it goes down to the fundamentals of what you're able to forgive. But okay, just to address it Islamically first, let me address it Islamically first. Islamically, no, you don't go back, because it really wasn't about her cheating on you or her healing her trauma. It was about her inability to keep her covenant, her promise, her commitment to her Lord, when making decisions based upon things that she committed to him, to Allah. Like, and I'm definitely a very big champion of accountability. So if she reached a point where she literally committed adultery, you left the marriage or wasn't divorced and committed adultery, that's a little bit bigger than just, I guess, confiding in someone else to heal, splitting up with your husband, being in another relationship, healing from that. That's a little bit different, than journeying through a healing process by leaving one relationship and entering into another, and now realizing that now that you're healed, you're not the same person, because you're not going to be the same person, and the person that healed you is not your forever person, but realizing you left your forever person. I can see that being a thing, but not if the entire time you were not if the entire time you were healing with this other person, you were still married.
Right. That's
There
where I
has to be some accountability there when it comes to there is a such thing as you snooze, you lose. You lost out. You just made a mistake. It's too late.
mhm, right.
You don't always deserve a second chance. Sometimes you needed the journey, you needed to heal, that's fine, but you spent all this time with another man while you were married, while you still had a commitment in place. So to me, you don't go back to that. Now, if she had an issue, she knew you knew she had an issue, she left you, she met somebody else, that other person had the same kind of issue, they helped each other through the issue, she healed. Now she wants to come back to you because she never really broke the commitment with you as far as betrayal. She just basically said, I have a problem and our relationship is suffering because of it and I can't be in it.
Mm,
I have to go heal. That's honorable. I would want somebody to say that to me, like, I'm not in a place where I can be who you want me to be, so I need to go.
mhm,
And if I go and I meet somebody else and that person helps me heal, and I go back to the original person like a year later and say, "Yo, I met this person and we had to deal with the same thing and I healed and now I realized what you needed from me and I know I left you." That's more of a opportunity to come back in. If that person is like, "Well, I respect you for leaving and not cheating. I respect you for knowing you had an issue. You didn't leave me for that person. You just left me and ended up in another relationship."
right, right,
So it's
right.
all about intent. It's really about how you move. Not that
Mhm,
you needed to move that way, but it's about how you move. Just like honesty. It's not about, sometimes it's about how you say it, not what you say. You got to be calculated a little bit when it comes to people's feelings, and especially if you want to weigh the risks of losing someone forever, you know.
right. I would say, I can't say what's on my mind.
Why not?
Why not? You don't
Right.
want to hear this, girl. You do not want it. All right. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Fuck them hoes, man. What you
Oh,
mean?
Lord.
She left. I mean, she left. You know what I mean? Like she went and had sex with somebody else. Either way. But that sh- he's saying that she left him. You know what I mean?
Mm.
She went and had sex. So it's like
And
they
they were
were
still married.
right. They were. That's how I
So the
understand it.
answer is no. So the answer
Yeah.
is no.
Either
It's a
way,
basic
it's
moral foundation.
Islamically or either way. Like, but the thing is though, you just never know somebody's heart. When it comes to love, when it comes to love, man, to me, I'm looking at it from the outside and I'm like, man, you better not go back to her. But they got something. They got something that I don't understand. And they end up back with each other. That's what people do. That's what we do. Love is love is unexplainable from the
It's
outside.
funny. There's a hadith about love, and it's kind of controversial, but there's a hadith about love by Sheikh Ibn Taymiyyah, I believe. And I'll have to reference it, but it labels love as a disease.
Mm,
You love nobody but Allah. Like nobody deserves, not deserves, but I'm prefacing here as well. Like
It's
it's
not
just
word for word, right?
yeah, not word for word at all. It's
Gotcha.
just a more of a point, an overall point of love is a disease. It can corrupt your mind and your actions and your heart. And that's why you should love no one more than you love Allah. And as long as Allah is your base, then everything else will fall in line. Like you
Mm-hmm.
love your family, vis-a-vis Allah. You love your
Yeah.
spouse, vis-a-vis Allah. You love your children, vis-a-vis Allah. Like that's just how you should move and feel. Because if you love Allah first, your movements will be lovable by everyone else. And you'll be lovable and you'll receive that love. But it'll also cause you not to fall into these patterns of destruction. And that's what you're risking here by taking somebody back that has already shown you that they cannot uphold commitments that they make,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Word.
these aren't
Word.
small commitments. These are I'm stepping out on you in this world of STDs and everything else going on out here.
Right.
Talk. And
But they healed with each other. They healed. It was a good person for her. She healed.
that's great for her. That's her journey. But that doesn't mean that she gets to go back and expect anything from whomever she left along the way to heal.
I
That's
agree.
not their responsibility. That's not even sometimes that's not within their capability. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I
you're
mean.
lucky, you're blessed if someone takes you back. Definitely that's a lot of love there,
Mm-hmm.
but then you have to may deal with your toxic fallout. Toxic fallout is when you go back into a situation that you caused harm and now that person has built-in triggers around what you did before. So you have to be extra in this way, extra in that way. So I left you before, and I left you before when I was having issues. So now every time I'm sad, you okay, babe? You okay, babe? You need anything, babe? You need anything, babe? You got anything? You got anything? Why are you on the phone? Who you talking to? What's going on? Like built-in triggers. And do you want to live with that pressure or unpack that trauma and help her heal? And you know,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
healed, but now she has to heal him
If she can.
if she can. Yeah, he may just be distrusting forever and ever and ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that. I see that. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Don't want to. Don't. If you ain't already do it, and if you did, may Allah reward you and bless the situation. But if you haven't, don't take her back, man. Like we
She
say
was
no.
yeah. If she was married to you while she was cheating, no,
Yeah, mashallah.
definitely, I wouldn't.
We're on part two, navigating through trauma, and we're going to read the comments here. And I guess it's Hadir. The perspective and series has been so important. This perspective and series has been so important. Really grateful. Open communication has made great impact in my relationships already. Thank you for putting this out there. And this is navigating through trauma. He says, "You're welcome." I think it's Hadir. I think that's how you pronounce it. All right. So we got Frank Weeks. Yo, Frank, man, thanks for riding with me, man. For you've been here for years, and I appreciate everything you comment. You always give a deeper insight into the content. So here he says, respect to Noble Solace. Everything she spoke on involving trauma, healing, bonding, not bonding with trauma, etc., was pretty on point. I have no particular critique, but I can always add to the information given at hand. Um, yeah, then he goes into a situation he had. But thank you for that, man. Thank you for that.
Definitely, thank you. And we would love to
Yeah.
have you on one day. Hear your
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah. 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 That we like to have you on one day, man. We like to have you on one day. Cool, cool. Mocha Mafi. Mocha Mafi says, yes, we need those high quality waiting questions. List, please. She says, please. Um, I think I commented here. I says, me and Noble Silas are going to write up some potent questions and post them. That's what we're going to do. I'm just letting you know. That's what I put down. So if you
I
didn't
hear about told in there. So okay, that's
I'm just letting you know that now. Yeah, we gonna write
no,
us.
it's good questions, and possibly we have some fun things in the future when it comes to those questions, and just helping us be a little bit more interactive, making it a little less awkward. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. It'll be in development, but while we're developing, that product, we will definitely list a few here or there, highlights of questions. But
Right, questions.
let me just say this. I did have one recently where and I did post on it and I posted this question out there. But you should always ask yourself to determine the mentality of the person that you're talking to. You should find the time frame that they're considering you in their life. And you can do that by asking questions about the future. Pick some time frames, 3 year, 1 year in the future, 2 years in the future, 5 years in the future, 10 years in the future. Do they discuss these topics with you? Are these topics, do they go into details with these topics, or are they just high level? Oh yeah, in 10 years that sounds nice. Or is it, oh yeah, well in 10 years we can, but this is da da da. And do they engage you when you talk about time frame topics? If someone engages you in those time frame topics, then that's how you gauge them on how far along that they've already predicted that you'll be in their life.
Hmm. Mm. I'm trying to see how that works.
Sure. Example. What are we doing tomorrow?
We.
Exactly. Okay, so what are we doing next week?
Yeah. Ooh. So next week. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people ain't not planners. A lot of people don't
Are you
plan.
are you going to your family's house next holiday? Does your family invite you over for holidays?
Yes, they do.
Oh, you're going to your family's house this year for
Yes,
holiday?
yes,
Well,
yes.
that's
I'm
cool.
going.
Are you flying out?
Now we're going to drive. I'm going to drive. Yeah,
Okay.
and
Okay.
drive down. Yeah.
All right. You just going by yourself?
Now I was hoping you come with me.
There you go. That's a future plan. Check.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay.
Hey,
Got
New
you.
Year's, I had plans to go to da 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 da. I had plans to go here for New Year's. Or I had plans to, are you going back to school? What are you doing in your career? Do you want to live here for a long time? Is this your final place of residency, or are you looking to move? And then just see where that conversation takes you. And if that conversation takes you into um, more not binding, more joining speech patterns. We,
Mm.
us, let's,
Uh,
can
okay.
we, oh, would love if you would join me, or
Got
hints.
you. Got you.
It's
Got you.
it
Got
really
you.
is just a pattern of speech.
Right.
Or
And they
if
don't know
some,
what's going on, do they?
nope, they don't know what's going on.
This.
They don't know. Well, I mean, now they will because we're explaining it, but it's just but these are questions that help you understand where someone's mindset is. I mean, these are the profiler questions that you would ask in a relationship filtering environment, where it's just, I want to know where your mind is. I want to know how I fit into that. If I'm just a current thing that you're still filling out, you're going to give me current answers. But if I'm something you see longevity wise, you're going to want to take care of me, man and woman. Even the
Mhm.
woman is going to want to take care of the man. She's going to start to make plans to introduce to family, make plans to include on family trips. He's going to start to actively say her name in front of family members, actively, and, make plans to include her into vacation trips,
Mhm.
talk about what's happening with them next year. So that's it.
With them. All right, that's a good one. That's a good one. Hey, Mocha Mafia, I hope that helps. And like she said, we're gonna post some more. I asked for your email address, so just email us at Noble Solace, excuse me, at Noble Nasheed. Email us at Noble Nasheed so that we can have your address and we can send you some. All right, send you some
It's
questions out.
noble.nasheed@gmail.com.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Noble Nasheed at gmail.com. It's like everything Gmail. So everybody know Gmail, right? No? No? Okay. Moving on. You're right. Gmail.com. Um. Okay, I'm gonna mess his name up. Blam Blambrush.
That go ahead and spell it. Give us some.
Blambush. I think it's Ibramble Bush.
There we
Yeah.
go.
He they commented. I don't know if it's a he or she. Um, this brother gives amazing insight. I would definitely hope he could collab with Coach Craig Adams. Greg Adams. Your views are different, but I think you both have a lot similar message. And I think CGA, Coach Greg Adams, would agree with you. Would agree with your message more so than Kevin Samuels. Okay, cool, cool. I think I did look in. I got to look into who Greg Adam is. If I can, I will try to contact him, get in contact with him. I'll just really see what he's about. Thank you for that, man. Thank you for that great comment. Thank you. I'm committed to the work right now. I'm committed to the work to making men better in relationships. Just making men better in relationships. So,
I have a
uh,
question for you. So that was a very interesting comment, and I really haven't asked this question, but I've posted on Kevin Samuel's forums before, and I have, I agree with some things, I disagree with other things. But
mhm.
what are your views that you believe that you hold that are the same as what Kevin Samuel's was trying to get across? Maybe not in the same verbiage, but maybe just the same points you were trying to make high
Okay,
level.
so dang, you asked that. I'm gonna have to be honest because I really don't. I've heard of Kevin Samuels, but I've never sit down and watched the whole video of his. Like I haven't. But I do know he was really into um masculinity and a man being masculine. So I would say that that's my goal on that to keep masculinity in men. Um, yeah, the relationship thing. I don't. The stuff I did watch, he was like real brash, when it came to dealing with women. And I can't say I disagree with some of the stuff. Well, I heard a couple of things. I was like, what? I wouldn't say it on. I wouldn't say it like he did. I wouldn't say it, but
You wouldn't
necessarily
say it that way, but you don't disagree with the concept.
no. It was something that he said that I wouldn't. I wouldn't even. It no. It was he was stating history. He was stating history, so it happened. I would not say it. I would not. I wouldn't. It was. I was a piece of information that just couldn't bring up. But
Gotcha.
as far as he was, telling the women about themselves and all that stuff, and it was great. It was great entertainment. It was great to watch. It was fun to
So
watch.
so you don't think it was, like, helpful? You think it was more of a shock
No,
value? Because I do believe that some people are meant for that. Some people are meant to share knowledge through shock value,
yeah,
and they'll
it
say
was.
the most drastic version of something just to get you to actually pay attention to them,
And
which that's what our society does. Those
mm,
of us who deliver the message a little softer sometimes don't get heard
get
or,
looked over. Yeah, yeah,
get looked over, but utilizing Kevin's platform to communicate with like-minded individuals. And I realized that tact was something that was missing, was the only thing that was missing. Whereas just the approach to the subject matter was so strong. It
mm,
was just so shocking that people
mhm.
couldn't absorb or consume the message.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's something that, again, I champion to try to bring people together that normally wouldn't meet due to prejudgment. You know, I'm going to prejudge. I'm never going to listen to Kevin Samuels because do you know what he said? But did you really hear the message, or were you listening to how he said it? Right.
Right, right, right.
And so I say all that to say, even in relationships, this is a great example of the Tower of Babel, right?
Mhm.
How We all speak differently. We may speak the same language, but we speak differently in order to get our message across.
Hmm.
Don't let the difference, and there's different sayings out there, cliche, eat the meat, spit out the bones, don't
Hmm.
take things personally,
Right.
you know, all of these sayings are basically saying the same thing. It's sometimes you have to listen to the message or understand the message and stop letting your emotions get involved in how it's being communicated to you.
Hmm.
Sometimes you have to do that. And so I, kind of to come full circle, I hope that people take our message and are able to digest it easily. But I hope that they can also see the similarities between what we're saying and what people of shock value are saying as well, that we're talking about the same thing. Kevin Samuels is way different than our platform, but we or the platform that we use and kind of this the vantage point that we're taking. However, we're talking about the same things. We want men to find comfort in their masculinity. We want them to understand what masculinity is. We
Hmm.
want them to understand how to communicate masculinity, not emotions or, non feminine emotion communication. We want men to reclaim their throne,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
And in the other side, we want women to find power in their submission. We want women to be more feminine. We want women to feel comfortable being vulnerable. We want women to stop pushing themselves to work so hard to where they strip away every piece of vulnerability that they have so they start to exude masculine tendencies.
Mm.
But we also want them to feel safe. I don't think many people realize that he was saying that too. Women have to feel comfortable submitting to you. Like you have to be the alpha man enough for her to submit. And there are
Right.
levels to this. Like if you are alpha man, then you'll probably have a CEO corporate wife, but she's still going to submit to you because you're on the same level. But you're the
Right.
alpha on the level. Right. Same thing with underneath, you have a woman who's really meek and really mild. She don't need a rah, 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 alpha, I am man here. She needs a nice, gentle man. He's still alpha to her because she's
Right.
extra soft. She's extra, she needs care and princess treatment and all like this. And he'll do that because he's in touch with his emotions and he can
Hmm.
come, has leadership skills and group organizing skills but he's still alpha to her on her level. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right. Right.
So honestly, I think that, as we meet different and as we discuss, not meet, but as we see different platforms pop up, I'm hoping that we're all joining forces to understand that we're really fighting the same
Doing
battle.
the same thing. Mm.
Exactly. And the topics don't change. The delivery of the discussion changes. So I just wanted to call that out to all of the people that are following us and listening to us. What we're saying is the same thing everybody's saying. That means we're going through a what is it called? And when everyone's going through the same thing, we're going through not an epidemic, COVID on the brain. Not what is it called? We're going through a crisis point where we're all experiencing the same issue in relationships and building and man and the balance of the sexes. Trying to
Mm.
balance it out.
Mm.
You
Is it
know,
a revolution? No.
I think we're tired. We're revolting against what we hate and
And
what
that's
we're
why we
what
talk.
we're saying. Yeah,
Hmm. That's
I
why we're
think we
talking about the
are.
same thing. Yeah. It's a revolution going
Mhm.
on, just on different levels. But I look at it as teachers. You get some professors who teach the same thing, but their teaching style is different. And you have different students who learn different from different teaching styles. So I think what happens is a lot of folks just gravitate to that style that they're used to or that they can
Mhm.
learn from. Like, some of your moms get up there and be screaming, ah, and some people
Right.
love that. Oh, that was a great cook bar. Some people walk out there like, he was screaming. Like, he was just screaming all the time. And then some imams get up there and teach doing the cook bar. People love that. Some people love that. So it's just different. Like I like that. It's different styles, but it's the same message. It's if it's math, it's math. It's different. We just teaching it different. The equations are
Different
the same.
solutions, different, what do you call it? The teacher tells you to show your work.
Right.
As long as you get the same answer, you're good. I don't care
That's
how you
it.
get there.
That's
Just get
it.
to the same answer,
That's it.
right? So
That's it. Good, 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 good. So I'm gonna say his name. Um Brambly Bash. Thank you. I one Brambly Bash. Thank you. Okay, so Michael Wesley, he actually asked a question. I see a question mark here. Okay, he says, if we decide to decide to put the blinders on and to get to know the girls first, and we like what we find, but afterwards we are unattracted to what we physically see. Okay, so he's talking about when we said close your eyes. Um,
this is the comment to when we're telling people that when you're in the courting phase and
yeah,
you
yeah,
want
this
to
is it.
filter the person properly, but you're too physically attracted to them to ask the
Right.
right questions. And we said, close your eyes.
He said close your eyes. And I said put on blinders. And he's saying
And
if you
yeah,
put on blinders and then you take the blinders off and then you realize I'm not attracted to her, stay blind throughout the relationship. I think it was being funny. That's funny. He said what you do, then stay blind. I mean, you like everything you hear, but then you take the blinders off and you're not attracted to her. So I'm gonna
but
just put them back on and just stay blind throughout the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
you would never speak to somebody if you weren't initially attracted to them. So you got to have
No, I
some,
no. I mean,
you have to have some type of attraction,
some relationships start over the phone, dog.
but you still have to know who you're talking to.
True
That's
word.
so you
Okay,
have
so
to have at least an understanding of what the person looks like,
nope, no,
basics.
nope. I was a teenager. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this story. I was a teenager, and I was dared to go ask for a girl's number. I got a problem with that. That's what we did. We see who got the most number. See over there, go get a number. So I went. You know what I mean? I went over there and stepped up to her. It was like, hey, yo, see that guy over there? He asked me to get. He dared me to come and get your number. So just write something down on the paper. Cool. Right. So she did what I asked her to do. Right. She did what I asked her to do. And I was like, yeah, I got a number. Cool. He was like, I don't believe this the number. I said, yes, it is. It's the number. So we get to my house and we call her. The name on I dialed a number and the name on I asked for. I said, yo, so is what's their home? And they said, nah, she ain't here right now. I was surprised. And I was like, I told you. So anyway, I'm a teenager. I went back and I called this girl up. So for like a week, I was playing like I was a secret admirer. You know, I knew who she was and everything. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks. Anyway, we end up being really attracted to each other. I didn't know what this chick looked like. She didn't know what I would look like, but we
You asked her for her number, so how did you not know how she
that was
looked?
no, but it wasn't her. The girl had gave me a total different person's number.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she had given me a total different person's number. So what I'm
Physical yeah, yeah,
what
no.
I'm
Okay.
saying is what I'm saying is there was we liked each other from not even seeing each other. I mean, when we saw each other, it was like she looked like she was fresh out the candy wrapper. That's how pretty she was. You know what I mean? Like, so and yeah, my cousin seen it. My cousin dropped me off to the house. He was like, "Man, she is beautiful, man. You need some help?" I was like, "Nah, man, go ahead." What I'm saying is, it's you can be attracted to somebody you don't see. I mean, voice counts. I think the
Yeah.
voice counts. I
But I
think,
think in order to make the final decision, you have to see them
yeah,
physically.
like he said, when you take the blinders off, because
No, when you take the blinders off, okay, never keep the blinders on so long that you form a
a bond,
bond. Yeah, you have to don't form a bond with someone you can't see. If only, how can I say? Unless you're the type of person that physical doesn't matter at all. There are people that don't have physical
requirements,
dependence.
really, really.
Yeah, they don't have physical requirements.
Mm,
So, yeah, there are people that don't have physical requirements at all, at all.
wow,
It really is strictly personality.
it's personality and what you can do, probably.
Right, right, exactly.
Wow.
So, In those instances, yeah, it could definitely work. But if you're a physical person, I'll put it to you this way. If you're a person who cannot provide the rights to your spouse because of their physical appearance, that's when you know you can't marry someone without seeing them. If you know that by looking at someone, you'll be like, please go away. Like,
Mhm.
no, I cannot do this. I can't do that. I can't feel this way. I can't allow myself to feel that way. Or I just biologically, I don't feel that way. If you have that, then
Okay.
you know
Oh,
you have to view somebody before you, like within a week. They get 3 days of a conversation and then look at them.
send me a picture,
You
and then I
did
get
no
catfish.
video, no pictures, no pictures, because pictures are different these days. Pictures are different.
Okay, so
You
video.
A person doesn't look like what they look like on video, or I mean on a still picture. But on
Mhm.
video, at least you get perspective, you get angle,
Mhm.
you get ugly shots, you get skin
Right.
distortion, you get all that on video. You can kind of
Mhm.
see
So
this or that.
video call me.
Yeah, video. I would
My camera
definitely do.
broke. My camera broke. My camera broke. I
So
can't
it's my
call.
phone until we can video chat.
Because I've heard that before. My camera broke.
Yeah,
I
well,
can't
I mean,
call you.
don't play those games. That is an avoidance tactic, and anyone who wants to get to know you will show you who they are. That's an avoidance to any type of brushing off of connection or information provision. If you request information from someone that you're interested in for marriage in the future and they deny you for any type of reason that doesn't make sense, that is a red flag.
Mm. Word.
I want to see you. No, I don't have a camera.
Yeah, my camera. No, I got a camera. It just broke. Dang, you ain't hear me?
It broke.
Yeah, my camera broke. Like it don't work on the phone. The front and the back one. Like the front and the back camera
So
broke.
go use your mama phone. Don't call me. Go use your daughter phone because I know she's got one. Go use your son's phone. Go knock on your neighbor's door. Nobody has home phones anymore. Everyone has cell phone.
That's true. They
Send me
camera
a
work.
video of you last week at work. Send me an old video of you with your family. Send me something where I can ensure that you are who you are.
Right. Because this catfishing going on for real. So okay. All right. Okay. I'm physically. I see you. I'm physically attracted to you, but that's on camera. But then when I see you, I'm not physically attracted to your body. And that's different too. Like, you know
So
what I'm
that should
saying?
happen in the first, again, that should happen within the first week.
Mm,
We don't have a lot of time just to say to kind of give into all of these phases. If you're meeting someone and you've never seen them, 3 days worth of a conversation should lead to some type of video or physical representation of who that person is.
hmm
3 days. A week is when you should have at least one sit down to meet that person face to face and feel their energy, because I'm pretty sure everybody is familiar with that. Sometimes you'll meet someone and their energy will be off. On the phone,
Word.
cool. They answer your questions, cool, but then you get around them and they make you feel something's just off. It's just not right. I don't know what it is. My intuition is kicking in. I don't know. My istikhara has already took place, something, but it's off. Okay.
Hmm.
So leave yourself room to walk away. Stop investing so much time and energy into something, getting so far in it that you feel obligated and you can't walk away from stuff that you know is not good for you. That's why
Mm,
you should go through the filtering phase, not fast, but quickly enough to where you're not becoming attached to something that's not even factual, and you don't create a fairy tale in your head, about the relationship you hope you have with this
hmm
person
hmm
through the hopeful and wishy fluffy conversations that y'all dive into because y'all are not talking about the real issues. No,
hmm
spend that first month, really get to know, if that, ask those questions to where I have no emotional ties to this person. All right, well, that now I can really get to know them.
hmm
Now I get to know if they're for me
Right.
by asking these questions quickly. So 3 days, if you can't see them, 3 days until you physically see them or see a video, 5 days until you are in their presence, that you have some type of sit down meeting presence, pass
Hmm.
by, here's your coffee, here's my coffee, great to
Hmm.
see you in public, something, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Do that. After that, if your energies are still good, then have a couple more conversations, start to ask the difficult questions, because then you've checked off your list. You're physically attractive to me. I have the basic questions of compatibility down. We've met, in person, so I know that our vibe is cool.
Hmm.
And so next you start to grill them.
Wait, so there's phases with the questions. See, when you
There's
say when we say questions, I thought all those questions are going to be asked at one time. But you're saying there's beginning questions, there's I guess middle question, and then there's like I'm starting to grill you now because we might be able to be with each other.
so there's checkpoints. There's checkpoints.
Okay.
You ask at each checkpoint of your gauging whether this person is going to make it to the next step of courting or whatever.
And that's that 3-5 you was talking about. 3-5, 3 days, 5 days.
Right, right.
Okay.
So 3 days, you're asking them compatibility questions for you, like questions that will help you determine if you even want to move forward. So these are
Hmm.
questions about my preferences, my expectations, my needs, my habits.
Hmm.
3 days. If in those 3 days I see that no, me and you don't match, you're not going to move on to the deeper
Right.
questions.
I
I'm
don't
not
need
going
that
to waste
video.
energy and emotion asking deep questions to somebody that doesn't even make it past the gate.
Right. Right.
I'm not going to waste, yeah, human energy on that
Mhm.
because
Makes
that's what it
sense.
is.
Hmm.
So the first 3 days you get to know them, basics, hobbies, match. Then you meet them in person. When you're in person, ask them some uncomfortable questions so you can see their body language, how they move, and if their energy shifts. Ask them a
Mhm.
couple of personal questions about their future and what their intentions are. Always ask the intention question in person. Like in person, I always ask, what are your intentions?
Mhm.
Like, what are your intentions here? Do you just want to get to know me and see how it goes? What are your intentions here? Are you looking to get married within the next year? What are your
Mhm.
intentions here? Are you just looking to try to see, I don't know, whatever it is?
You're right.
Ask intention questions and then watch body reaction, watch how they move. If it's yeah, I'm just, I was just looking for a wife and I'm just trying to see, that's one, that's a slow mover. That's a someone who hasn't made a decision yet. If his intentions come off as, or if her intentions come off as, um yeah, brother, I'm ready to get married, I'm just trying to look for someone to settle down with, and I have big plans for the future and I just can't wait to find my him and blah blah blah. Her intentions are, she's telling you what she
She's
wants. She's
ready.
trying to
Right.
find her, she's ready.
Right.
Same thing. If the sister starts to, well, I want to get married within the next year, and I'm just trying to, find someone who's compatible. You're not chosen yet. She
Mhm.
doesn't know if you're compatible yet. Her intentions are to figure out who you are.
Mhm.
She's
Mhm.
telling you by the way she's answering. So always ask that in person, because in person for the first time is very hard to shield knee-jerk emotions,
Right. Right.
because you haven't even learned you don't even know that person. You're already on guard because it's your first, the first impressions are everything.
Mhm.
So when someone asks you a question about intentions, you're going to make that first impression. You're going to leave that mark of what your real intentions are. And then you can tell people this running game. I mean, don't 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 be fooled by people that just run game. Run game means they have a generic response, and it's a very cookie cutter response, and you can tell they practice
Hmm.
because it sounds
What?
rehearsed.
When you said that, I just seen a dude licking his lips every time. Yeah,
It's
baby.
cookie
So.
cutter. It's only me and you, babe. You're the only one standing in line. I only got my eyes on you. You're all I see right now. You know,
Hey,
the
she may like that. That's the kind of guy she want. Ooh, he lick his lips. It's so sexy. Oh my god.
yeah.
she may
I
like that.
make faces on camera. I forget that I'm on video sometimes, but yeah, the
Okay.
LL Cool J. If he's programmed himself responses, then you know that he's going through his filtering. Him or her, they're just tired of filtering. Stamp next, stamp next, stamp.
right. All right. So what was that? Was that part? That was part three. So we finished the questions. That's what's happening. The comments and the questions. We finished the questions on that, on those. So that's great. That's great. Well, part one and two, that's courting stage. We have the honeymoon and beyond going that now. Part one is running. Inshallah, next Monday, which is our drop day. Part two will be coming out. Um, there's some good stuff in there. Some really good stuff in there. I think we did our thing on that one. Just one of the comments that we got about just we get some great feedback on that, some great feedback on part one. So I can't wait to get into the comments on those. So this has been fun.
It's always fun.
This has been fun. All right.
Good one. I definitely enjoyed this. Responding to the comments and just providing a little bit more insight as to some of the things we have planned in the future.
Yes.
Some of
Yo.
our more interactive ways of having everyone join in because I'm not sure if everyone knows, but I am not a social media personality like to the forefront kind of person, but I would love to just have everyone come together as a community and join in and be interactive. And maybe one day we'll have a screen of 20 people up here and we'll all have a round table forum where we can all just put in our ideas because that's my goal here is to really bring people together in thought and conversation. um, the more we talk together and the more we allow different perspectives to voice themselves, the more we learn about each other and ourselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm excited about the things we have planned too. Uh Y'all, we got some really great stuff planned. Y'all ain't ready. But you're gonna get ready, inshallah, God willing. You're gonna get ready. All right, this has been fun. Has been Noble Nasheed. We thank you. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.